And the thing about being a teacher is a lot of the stuff that you have and that you keep is stuff that you use for like organization. So yes, this looks like a lot. Hey sweet friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maylene Call from Mrs. Call's Campers. If you're new here, I am a kindergarten teacher who is packing up her room. I will not be at the school I'm at this year, so I'm packing everything up. I do not have a plan. I don't have a plan. I'm the worst person when it comes to these kind of things because I just hop around my room doing anything and everything. I did not prepare the last week or so of school because it was just way too much. I was way too busy. So my room is a mess right now. Let me just give you a little overview. Here is my room, and I know it doesn't look really as bad as I feel like it does, but it is very messy. Nothing is the way it looked at the beginning of the year because it's the end of the year, and things are just kind of thrown around and everywhere. So this is the before. I've kind of shoved stuff in my library. We have stuff from kindergarten graduation, but everything is still up on my walls. So I just filmed a video on my kids' favorite picture books, and I think what's gonna make me feel the most productive is probably packing up my library. But now I'm kind of like, I don't know, maybe I should start with like my teacher desk items. I don't know, I think doing the library will make me feel productive. So that might be where we start today. And I'm hoping that, well, I know that everything's gonna be packed up here by next week because I'm headed to Tennessee, and then by the time I get back, my stuff has to be out of the room anyway, but whew, okay, deep breath, we can do this. So I have these books which I just shared in my video that I filmed. These books I need to put away. This is where I store all of my read alouds, so I'm going to put some of these back here and some of them go back in our library over here. These are all of my books. These are some of my books, but the rest of them came from books that were already in the classroom. These bins are mine. I can't decide if I'm going to take them or not. I probably will and just put the books in the little cubbies, but the first thing I'm going to do is organize the books and put them where they belong, and then I can pack them away. Okay, all of these are sorted. Some of them are missing labels, which I do have, but I'm probably just going to reprint the ones that I need to reprint just in case some in moving get damaged, so I'm not going to worry about fixing any labels, but I'm going to go ahead and get these in my bins. This is the progress that I've made in the library. I got all my books in my bins. These are really nice. They're a great size for packing up your books. And then all of my read alouds that I had in here, this like cubby's worth of books fit perfectly in these crates. So all of this are my read alouds. John brought totes and boxes for me. He also brought Sonic for me and Kenzie, which is exciting. And then the only other thing I've done is I threw away extra like papers that were in my centers and put the task cards back in their little boxes. All right, we now have boxes. I think I'm gonna go ahead and roll up my carpet. I did also vacuum, so I think I'm gonna roll this up and get this kind of out of the way. I'm trying to tackle like the big stuff so I at least feel accomplished. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is these book bins and just put those up, and then I can move the shelves kind of against the wall. These are empty, and I think I'm gonna use this area right here to put stuff. So I'm gonna move the bookcases to this area. So in order to do that, I need to put all of my center stuff in boxes, which I think was gonna be my next big thing to tackle anyway. I'm just gonna clear things off of the shelves. This is all of my WordWork stuff, and these are all of my task card boxes. One WordWork bin, a WordWork puzzle, and then just some writing things. So this is my like literacy centers all packed up. I am labeling my boxes, but I am not going to tape them up yet just because I don't want to have to go back into them or add anything to them. So I'm gonna wait till the end to tape them up, but I did go ahead and be very specific with my labels. I just took down all of my sight words and all of the push pins, and I will say I love this butcher paper, but the one thing I love, this is not the like thick stuff, it's not the Better Than paper, but it's still like you can't see any of the holes that are left in it. So I really like that about this paper, because there were so many push pins in here, and I'm definitely going to try to save this and see if I can reuse it, because you can't even tell. The next thing I tackled was the indoor recess, or not indoor recess, like free choice play, toys, all of that stuff. So all of this stuff was already in the classroom. She did have these in some bins, but I know that the teacher assistant who was here has them, because I bought all matching bins, which I'm taking these with me because I bought them. So the rest of the toys are just in there. All that's hers. And the only thing that I had was like my little marble run toys, and then I had like giant Legos, like thick ones. Okay, so this is everything that's in that corner so far. It's nice because like look at all of the things, and this is just from this year. Like this was clean and I moved it. This is from this year, this is from this year, and so moving everything, it's like I can clean it, and whoever comes in next is gonna be able to see the room as like more of like a clean slate. So the stuff that was here before me, I'm pushing over here, and I think I'm gonna put all of my stuff over here. That way it's like easy to take out, which makes me think I should probably go ahead and take down this bulletin board. I can go ahead and do that one too, and then clean up over here a little bit. I'm gonna leave the printer there on that like weird cart thing, because I don't really want to move the printer. Okay, I've officially been here almost 8 hours, which is hard to believe because it's still super bright outside and I got here like 10 a.m., but it is like almost 6 p.m. So I'm gonna show you what I did with the room. It's super messy right now, but I don't need to get this all done in a single day. I feel like I've done a lot for today. I'm gonna come in tomorrow and pretty much finish it, and then we'll probably start taking things on Saturday. All right, so all this stuff is like my stuff that's just scattered on tables. John helped me move all this. Those two big bookshelves are staying. That one I'm gonna move. He moved this big bookshelf. All of the furniture is back here. Most of the furniture, at least. We swapped out this little table because the cube shelf that was here before was mine, so I put the one that came in the room here. Oh my gosh, it gets way worse before it gets better. I feel like I've liked kind of the method that I'm using, kind of trying to pull all the big furniture pieces to the side and kind of like taking things down as I go. So bulletin boards are super quick. Things on the wall are super quick. This is packed up. And really, it's really not that bad. Like this stuff is just gonna be put in boxes, and this looks like worse than it is. So yeah, we're doing pretty good. We did good for today. All right, it's day 2, like 10:20 in the morning, and I feel like I'm gonna get a lot done today. I feel like I got a lot done yesterday, and everything just looks worse than it is because it's so spread out. So I'm debating on whether or not I want to try to like tackle something else, or if I want to organize what I've already kind of done, which is, that's probably what I'll do. So I'll show you what the room looks like. Just one hot mess. Also, this is one of the gifts that one of my moms got me at kindergarten graduation, and I love it. This cup, it feels so nice, and I've never owned a cup before that's like just like meant for iced drinks. Like, you're not supposed to put hot drinks in this cup, and I'm like, this is great. I love it. It's like 1:45 to 1. I look crazy right now. My hair did not hold up as well as I thought it would. I'm gonna kind of show you where I'm at. I've just been doing little things that are like not that interesting to watch, but what I am trying to do that I've found a little bit useful at least is to kind of put things in piles. Working in piles is helpful before I actually start like packing things, because I'm not really sure how much of certain things I have, and when I pack I'm trying to be super organized. So I'll show you what that looks like. It might be a little hard to see, but this table right here, I'm putting all of my decor stuff, which it's kind of funny because it's literally just greenery and wooden things. We've seen that 100 times. I've been organizing more of my stuff in here, and then I packed away my stem bins over there, and I took all of this stuff down. So the next step, I'm gonna try to get the letters down from over there. And then I have to pull out, here's the closet. I have to pull my stuff. Pretty much just this shelf is my stuff, and then some stuff on the floor, and like these 2 bins. But everything else I didn't mix up, I didn't touch, so I'm just gonna pull those out. So this should actually be super simple, and it's way more organized than like when I originally got here. And some of that help was from the aid that was in here too. So this will be good. I put all of the like important things that I saved from the last teacher in a bin over here. That way it's easy to find. And once I take all this stuff off the walls, it'll look way better too. Not better, worse, but better. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. Kenzie's in here too, packing up her room, and we're gonna go by her house and then get some lunch. So, okay, here's Kenzie's room and her progress that she's made. She's way ahead of me. She was quick. Pretty soon both these rooms are gonna be totally empty. It's been so nice having this door that connected us. This is the progress I've made on the back wall. All that stuff still needs to come off, but I took down the fairy lights, the border, the calendar stuff, the schedule stuff, and I also took down all of my sticky clips that I had all around here holding up my lights, because sticky clips can be reused so many times and I love them. So it's definitely taking them, because they're one of those things that I always need to buy and I never remember to. Maybe I could do that now too, but I'm saving all those. And I think next I'm gonna try to get maybe all of the posters down and get those sorted. And I'm putting all of my like papery laminated decorations and materials on this table here. These things I might put in a tote. Yeah, probably this whole section I'll put in a tote. And I have all of my electronics in this guy because it's easy to keep those together. But what I was going to do now was I pulled out these 2 totes from the closet. These are things that I had packed up my first year, and it was just kind of random things that I had in my cabinets. Double check that I don't need to throw anything away. I've been putting off doing this shelf, but I've got just almost everything pushed to that corner. So I was like, okay, finally I'll do it, because this is kind of the last big section. So I got all of my teaching binders and all that stuff in here, labeled it, and then look how perfectly it fits. Very satisfying. It all perfectly fits in here. Some of the stuff is from my first year, and some of it, like this, is from college that I just want to have, and this is from student teaching. But the stuff I kept from my first year is all things that I like the way it organized, and in a normal year I would want to look back on it as kind of like an example. And then the couple of binders I had from this year I'm keeping, but I tried to empty out anything that I wouldn't want to keep, like any personal information or personal student data that I still had from my class this year. I definitely emptied out, so these are ready to go. So we'll go ahead and pack up my toolbox because I think I'm pretty much done. I do have paper clips pulled out. And then I have a couple of other things that I'll probably throw in. I'm going to do it in a clear bin because stuff like this I want to be able to see, whereas the binders, like, I don't necessarily need to see, but this stuff, because it's going to be so many different things, I'd rather just see it. So when I moved across the country, all of these things I put into separate little baggies, but since it's not going to be moved, I'm just going to tape it all up and transport it as it is. Okay, so this is most of that stuff that is not like office supplies. I'm gonna put that in a separate bin. Well, I guess I have a couple more little kind of decor things that I keep on my desk that I'll put in here. And pretty much the last thing I have to do as far as like packing things is packing my small group stuff. So this is mostly empty, and then I need to do my small group cart, and then the other stuff on the table just needs to be put away. So it looks like more than it is because it's spread out, and again, that's not mine. And then I feel like the hardest thing for me right now is just because like these, they're hard, they just take up a lot of space. And the thing about being a teacher is a lot of the stuff that you have and that you keep is stuff that you use for like organization. So yes, this looks like a lot, but this is all organization. It's bookshelves, it's book bins, it's these that you cannot make smaller and that just take up a lot of space. Those are what the toys were in. Those of course have my books, but 99% of this is just like storage and organization. But it's stuff that's just big. That being said, I've been here all day. It's like 7:24 right now, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna leave this mess for me to handle for tomorrow. But really, it just needs to be organized, I think, at this point. We're back, day 3 of cleaning out my classroom, or as I said on Instagram last night, walking in circles around my classroom looking at everything. I know I've made progress. It's just hard because nothing is like completely packed up and there's stuff all over the floor. So I honestly, like, I might start just by picking things up and putting the trash all in this trash pile over here, because I think that's driving me a little bit mad. And then all I need to do is pack up my small group cart stuff, and I need to get all of the decor. Also, Kenzie said she would help me with the alphabet and the number line because she is a staple removing queen. So okay, trash. Okay, I went ahead and packed up like my, kind of like my teaching desk stuff, like stuff that I usually keep on my desk. So all of these things are like the pens and pencils that you saw. I have my sharpener in here, a box of a tube of wipes just in case that's one of the first things that I'll want. But I like to pack all this stuff together. And then all of that stuff over there, my other teaching stuff, because I have 2 like main areas, that'll be in a separate box, or I might just put it in the drawer in that nightstand. Okay, so I just taped up the boxes because I thought it might make me feel a little bit better. I think I'm good with the ones that I have now. They're all labeled, and the thing is, like, this pile of mine right here, I feel like it looks like so much because it's on tables. Like, it's not really that much when you think about it. Like, well, I don't know, I'm just trying to make myself feel better. But now I'm to the point where I have just like little stuff left, and to me this is the most overwhelming part of packing up a classroom. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out, but then it's just like all this little stuff that's like, I don't have enough of anything for it to be considered a category. And then I also need to still grab the couple of things that I have over here. But again, it's easier for me to start with like the biggest thing. So this is like the next biggest thing is my decor. Okay, here she is. She is pretty much ready to go. I'm gonna clear all this off and then that stuff's going home. But this is everything that I have all packed up. Again, it is a lot. I know this, but some of this stuff just takes up space. I feel like I've said that so many times. And then it's sitting on tables. So it is a lot, yes, looks like a lot, but this is it. I was very specific with all my labels, and I also really like these containers because I know a lot of people store things like this in the Dollar Tree, like shoebox containers, which is fine, but like moving, they're not really that secure. So I like these, which is good because I've moved like every year. I've just secured as much as I can with tape. I'm gonna close these drawers with tape. That is all of it. It's kind of crazy. Here's what the room looks like right now, very empty. I'm gonna get another shot after we get everything out tomorrow. I thought we'd be getting the moving van today, but they didn't have a reservation, so we'll be getting it tomorrow. But here is all of my classroom stuff once again. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you're not having to pack up your classroom, but just in case you are, these are the things that I did. I found it really helpful, once again, to organize things in piles, and that way you could see like how many boxes you need, or before you start putting it in boxes, you know you have everything. So it can be really messy, but that's just how my brain works. So I like organizing in piles. And then some of the things that I used the most whenever I was taking everything down are a good staple remover. I had to borrow the first grade teachers, the kind that's like this versus the pinch one, because these like catch it and hold on to it. They're way easier. I used a lot of paper clips to kind of group little materials together. I used a lot of binder clips. I used a lot of trash cans, a lot of trash bags. Definitely, I had way more trash than I thought I was gonna have in here. Just kind of crazy. And then a mini step ladder, which is what you are on right now. That's super helpful to have. Painter's tape or masking tape, again, super helpful. You can close drawers, you can tape things together. Whenever you're packing, don't close up your boxes until you are sure there is nothing else you want to put inside. A lot of my boxes I left open just in case I wanted to add in different materials, or if I found something better to fit like an awkward space in the box. And then label them very, very clearly. Even if it's like one random thing in there, make sure you write on the box that you put it in there, so that if you are looking for something when you're unpacking, you know exactly where you put it. And my other tip is to do your teacher area kind of last, because you're going to be using a lot of those things. But I think that's all of the moving tips I have for you. It's kind of crazy to see it all packed up again. I'm hoping that I get my job really soon and I can just put it right back in a classroom. Very excited to set up another classroom, but yeah, closing one chapter, hopefully opening another. Also, Kenzie got me a cute little gift. Let me show you. She wrote me a sweet little card, and then she got me one of the Callie Danielle You Can Do Hard Things shirt, which really just sums up our whole year together. I think that's what I'm gonna miss most about, like, not just the classroom, the school, but just being next door to her, having her in the same place. All right, John and I just got done putting everything in the U-Haul, so here is the classroom. All that's left is the furniture that was already here. Being in here is so weird. And I remember being in my very first classroom and saying goodbye to that classroom. It was really, really hard. But I think saying goodbye to this classroom has just been so much easier, I think, because I feel like there's just a huge weight lifted off of my back. Like, I already said goodbye to my kids. Like, that was the hardest part. But saying goodbye to this space not as hard as I thought it was gonna be. I'm very excited for my next space, my next school, the next kids I'm gonna meet. Hello? Did I catch that on camera? There's no one here. That was weird. Okay, I have to go. My husband is coming back with my car. He had to get the keys to the storage unit so we can take everything over there, but that was creepy. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you're not following me on Instagram, go ahead and hop on over there. I'm gonna be sharing all of the interview, job application things that I'm going through. Again, very excited. But yeah, that was my year in kindergarten. Love you guys so much. Thank you for the support, especially this year, and I will see you in the next one.